My best case scenario is Will Johnson.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
And
yeah.
I think Barron is a good consolation prize. There are a lot of people who think he's going to be an NFL nickel. I don't agree with that, but I'm also of the opinion where I'm looking and studying about the depth of the draft. In my opinion, if they don't get an offensive lineman in round 1, they're going to be left empty-handed, and you cannot afford to do that.
Yeah, my best case
not empty-handed, but taking a whole lot of risks.
Yeah, hoping and praying. My best case scenario, Will Johnson. I love Will Johnson. The more I'm watching him, he reminds me of a young Xavier Howard. I love how he baits quarterbacks. He will let the receiver go a little bit, so you think you can throw that, and then he's physical without touching you. Love Will Johnson. If Membu somehow, some way falls to 13, that is the best case scenario for the Miami Dolphins. Worst case scenario, Chris Grier takes Josh Simmons, because too many injuries, and that's just Chris Grier's MO, is he takes those injured guys that they'll pan out for us. So that's mine. I think we kind of already addressed it, but do you think the Dolphins can address most of their needs in the draft? There's a lot. They have a lot, in my opinion.
What about an interior linebacker?
They have. That's not a need. They got enough to make it through.
Yeah, they got enough.
They got enough to make it through. Same thing with safety.
You trust those guys coming off of injury? Not interior.
The edge you're talking about.
Oh, the edge guys, pass rushers,
edge rushers.
Yeah,
do I trust the edge rushers coming off injuries? No, but I can always go sign Emmanuel Ogbah, and that's always that.
Matt Judon.
I don't know why Emmanuel will not leave. Like I keep begging him to leave because they don't put respect on him like they need to. But sometimes you got to understand, and I don't even know Emmanuel's family situation. Like I'll give you perfect example. Xavier wants to play, but he's absolutely in love with like raising his kids and being in his kids' life and taking them to school and being a parent. And, you know, if he goes and signs someplace else, that, you know, the worst thing you can ever do as an NFL team is show guys the other side of that life. And once they see that other side, I remember Channing Crowder once talked about it. Like he got out and was looking for work, and Bill Belichick wanted to sign him, but he started liking his life outside of football and the schedule and the regiment and was
especially
like,
if you're financially good.
Yeah, it's exactly. But you have to be financially good. There's so few guys.
You gotta be smart.
Think about the guys who walk away from the game as opposed to the guys who get kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
Like what 90% of guys get kicked out of the game?
Yeah.
So for those who actually walk away, man, props to them. But what was the question again?
Because in my opinion,
3 hours later, what was the question again?
In my opinion, the needs of this team is corner 2, left guard. They need at least 3 defensive linemen. You need a rotation down there. I would like 1 starting safety. So you're looking at like 5 or 6. Can they address those needs in the draft?
Not all of them. No
you
way.
probably get 3, if that. If you're good, if you're Harry Roseman.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because if you look at past drafts, if you get 3 starters or immediate contributors, even if they're guys who are part of a rotation, that's a good draft.
Yeah.
And this notion that they're not going to be able to fill everything, but there's going to be round 2, round 3 of free agency where they maybe can get some. There's some decent big name cornerbacks still out there. Stephon Gilmore's still out there. Rasul Douglas is still out there.
Sante Samuel Jr., yeah.
Well, Sante Samuel Jr.
He's banged up, but
yeah. He's got the shoulder. Yeah, shoulder.
Yeah.
Let me bring up some Chris Grier history. 2016, he found 3 starters: Laramie Tunsil, Xavier Howard, Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake was a part of a rotation. He wasn't a starter.
Yeah, but he eventually became a starter. So
2.5.
We don't. Yeah, 2.5. 2 and a possible. I would say 2017 wasn't a good draft for the organization. So because it was Charles Harris, Raekwon Davis.
Yikes.
Lord, are you being polite?
Yeah, it was a pretty bad draft. But in 2018, I believe they found 3 starters. Minka Fitzpatrick, say whatever you want about him. He's still an elite player in the league.
Yeah.
Mike Gesicki, I will tell you how I feel about Mike Gesicki. You guys
Still
know
a
that.
starter.
He's still a starter in the NFL,
Yeah.
so we can't be totally disrespectful. And then Jerome Baker, and actually 4 because they started Durham Smythe, and Durham Smythe started more games for the Dolphins than so 2018 draft would probably be the gold standard.